What is going on, fam? Alex Linsky here for the Anti-Hustler Weekly Show. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, we are here live every Thursday at 3:15 p.m. Eastern, live right in our Facebook group. If you are not part of it, you can find it in the show notes. As always, I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Brian Downard. How are you, buddy?
Living the dream.
Hey-o. Today, we're going to be talking about AI. Have you heard of it? Guys, I really believe right now that we are in the new internet bubble. The new internet bubble is going to be AI. I'm pretty sure it's going to change the entire landscape of the entire commerce marketplace, the entire world, honestly, every industry. And of course, included in that is going to be SaaS industry, agency industry, marketing industry, etc. And we're going to talk to you today about 5 specific tools that we like. We're not going to just go with like the baseline expected ones like, oh yeah, ChatGPT. Duh.
Sounds pretty cool.
Obviously,
it's helpful.
Obviously. We're going to talk about a few that we've seen that are pretty unique. Here's the thing, like new ones are popping up every single day. And so we just want to remind you about the concept of what the best tool is. Does anyone know what the best tool is? The one that you use, right? Just remember that. It's really important to be considerate.
But wait, Alex, what does that mean? That was very esoteric. Why don't you describe it a little bit more?
The concept of if you are not utilizing a tool, it doesn't matter if it's the best tool in the world. If we share with you tools that you're not using, it doesn't matter if it's effective or not because you don't use it. It's like having a gym membership but not going to it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
And people fixate on like tools that are almost the same, right? Like, should I use ClickUp or Trello or Monday? And like, which one of these should I? It's like, it doesn't matter. Whatever one, like they all do mostly the same thing. You just actually have to use. So that's the other half of that meaning too. Really, it doesn't matter which tool it is, right, guys? Just use it to get the job done. And I'd really also add this on the front end because this is so key. So much of AI can be a shiny tool. Make sure this moves you closer to your goal. What is the defined goal you have for your business? And if it's trying to build something simple and scalable, maybe AI can help facilitate some of that. But if it adds complexity to what you're trying to do or distracts you from creating revenue and getting sales calls booked, I'm looking at all of you, like don't let it take you down a rabbit hole, right? Use it to facilitate what you got to do to get shit done. Make sure it's in alignment with your goals. This 100%. Can be a black hole of distraction.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're going to be talking about 5 tools today. I'm not saying in any way this is comprehensive. I'm not saying I covered and scoured the internet for every single tool on the planet. That would be absolutely insane. I'm just sharing with you some of the ones that I've found that are absolutely incredible and really effective. And ultimately, probably you haven't heard of them. That's kind of was the goal, like providing you with ones that you hadn't considered prior. That was my goal for today. Before we dive in, Brian, how are you using AI, if you are at all?
Oh, wow. I was going to say I have some bonus ones as well. I guess I'll save the bonus ones for the very end. I'll let us go through this list. But yeah, so how I have typically used AI, we host a lot of coaching calls in our community. And a lot of times it's up to us to come up with creative and interesting and time and relevant, seasonal even prompts to come up. I think a lot of times ChatGPT really helps you get the creative juices flowing, at least for me, to figure out how we can initiate some good prompts, right? And usually ChatGPT doesn't have the soul of a person. So it takes some changing of the wording and how we actually approach it. But yeah, to me, like it's a huge time save there. Once in a while, not too often, if a client has a crazy long message, I will ask ChatGPT to actually distill it from like, hey, what is the essence of what they're trying to say here? That's been super helpful. And then I'm trying to figure out a couple other ways I've used it. Mostly just to taunt the AI and just see what it says back. Just kidding, kind of. No, I'll save the last one for the bonus tool because that's related to some stuff I've coached on in here before. Some of you may have seen it already, but I'll save that for the end. But those are a couple of ways I use it right now.
A lot of our clients are also using AI to like help formulate responses, like email responses and such. Just the main thing that we recommend when you're doing like formulating email responses or like prospecting messages, a lot of times ChatGPT like spits out like very, very, very milquetoast content. Like people had the audacity, and I'm going to be blunt about this. People had the audacity to ask me if I use ChatGPT for my book. And the answer is absolutely F no. I would never do that because the content written from ChatGPT, when it is, because it has no substance, it has no style. Now you can learn how to like formulate appropriate prompts. There's like this concept of prompt engineering. I'm definitely not a prompt engineer expert in any way. And I would guess the majority of people watching this video are not going to be prompt engineers. So if you're not, everything that you do on a simple, like, how do I respond to this email in an authentic, effective, professional way, is just going to spit out milquetoast. What you want to make sure is that you take it, right? And then edit it to fit your style. It's really important. If you want to learn like content engineering and stuff, we can share that. Go ahead, B.
I have one more outside of the context of this business. So I run an Airbnb business as well. And I swear to God, I have used it to write responses. We lost Alex's visual. I don't know what happened to your camera.
I'm back. I'll come right back.
You're good. So use it to help me write responses to angry guests, right? So we charge $100 to accommodate early check-in fees because we got to pay the housekeepers more to bring more help to clean the house faster. It's kind of, common sense. Some people get very triggered by it and say, I can't believe that. That's outrageous, blah, blah, blah. So I have had ChatGPT, because I'm very reactive sometimes. My initial response back is probably not going to be something very nice. So I've had ChatGPT like very politely and calmly write out an explanation of, hey, in order to blah, 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 blah. And then I swear it has talked multiple guests off the edge. Like, how would you respond to this in a polite, professional way, like you would if you were at a front desk of a hotel? Because I don't have the patience or capacity to do that myself. So that's been helpful as well.
Awesome,
kind of outside the normal business.
I love it. All right, let's talk about the 5 that we put together for y'all today. First one I want to talk about is Canva. Anyone ever heard of Canva or use Canva? It's pretty cool what they just unleashed pretty recently. It's called Magic Studio. It's pretty awesome. So basically what Magic Studio does is you can come into this Canva document and make these unbelievable presentations by just like writing down essentially what your pitch deck needs to be. And then it just comes up with all of these unique elements. So like if you do try Magic Design, it's pretty cool. So let's say, make a pitch deck for the most effective uses of AI for digital marketing agencies. And then we do enter. Magic Design populates it. Probably takes like a minute or so. It'd be so funny if like any of the tools don't work today. That'd be really funny.
I've never seen it.
Cool. So you check this out, right? You click this, customize this template, and literally right away, it already made half of the work for you. The power of AI in digital marketing. As digital marketing continues to evolve, agencies are struggling to keep up with the increasing demand for personalized. I didn't write this, guys. I literally just put in the prompt. Enter AI, the solution to streamline processes. Target audience, digital marketing agencies that want to stay ahead of the competition. Companies looking for ways to increase ROI. What is AI? Benefits of AI in digital marketing. Use cases. It just did this whole thing from one prompt. It's pretty incredible, honestly. I messed with this for probably like 2 hours the other day because I was having so much fun. I'm a pretty very attentive person when it comes to making like slideshows. Like I really like making content for my clients and for events that I speak at. This though, creates 7-8 slides for you instantaneously. How fast was that? Was that like what, 15 seconds? They allows you to trigger your brain on things that you can do. And there's like really easy ways to edit and change it up. It's a pretty cool thing. Just for the sake of it, to try one more.
And I'm sure like you can add more detail to make it, more in tune with what you're trying to do here. It's
1,000%.
Pretty cool stuff. I'm not surprised at all, but I have not ever seen something like this yet until now. So this is pretty crazy stuff though. Not surprised. Black magic for sure.
So check this one out on the value of learning sales as a CEO. Let's try that, right? Enter. And then, whatever 15 seconds. And then we'll pop up with multiple recommendations. By the way, in the meantime, on the templates, if you remove this, the cool thing is it comes up with multiple options, which I forgot to mention. So if you click on this one looks very similar. So let's do this one, like a completely different one, right? If you look at this one.
Sure, it's got a lot of the same words, just a different design.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's actually different though. Look at this. By leveraging the power, is that the same thing? Nope, it's not the same. It's crazy.
Wild. Yeah.
Literally just randomly comes up with content for you out of nowhere. Now come back to the one that I put in. Why CEOs need to learn sales. Look at this. Customize this template. Introduction. As a CEO, learning sales can help you understand customer needs, improve communication, and drive revenue and growth for your business.
Milk toast.
Look at this. It is definitely milk toast, but the concept of having this done so fast. How much time can you save, guys? It's ridiculous. It's literally incredible what this can do. I'm guessing that they're going to ask you to pay for it, but currently it's in beta and free. The options that are in here is removing watermark. You could just use like your own images here to not have to pay for it. So that was number one, Magic Studio.
Why I like this though, real quick, is it continues to remove excuses. If you've been like sitting on the excuse of, oh, but my sales deck's not done or it's not perfect, or like that's keeping you from whatever mental barrier you need to overcome to just go book more sales calls, good. Use that to give you a baseline. Daryl asked a good question here. Like, what if I already have some content? Like, good. You should be building on the content you already have. And frankly, the feedback loop you will get in sales conversations and working with clients will inform you on what your deck needs to be, right? What Alex just showed you, that's an amazing place to start, and you have no excuses to get a sales deck done and out there, but you need to put your own take on it, and you need to establish that feedback loop on sales calls and with clients to understand what you need to better communicate in your sales deck that's missing. What questions are you getting? What objections are you getting? How can you now put that back into your deck to make it better? Some people want to arrive at the perfect deck before they start selling. You're not gonna arrive there. Start with something and let it that feedback loop guide you.
So I want to answer some of the questions that are dropped here. What about if you already have some of the content you want to run with that? Daryl, it has this incredible tool as well called Magic Switch. Basically with Magic Switch, you just put in what you have, right?
Wow.
And then it could swap formats, literally change the languages, which is nuts. I mean, that's literally crazy. The concept of that is mind-boggling to me, honestly. I'm sure the translation isn't perfect, but it's pretty amazing.
Because me selling in Japanese is going to make perfect sense.
Yeah, I'm going to be super good at selling in Japanese. It's going to open up an entire new market for POD. I'm so excited about it. But in general,
I'm being sarcastic.
Cool. Do the exact same thing with it, Daryl. A couple of people asked, like, oh, are there some things that are similar? Of course. Like, what you can imagine is every AI tool probably has 50, and I don't even feel like I'm being hyperbolic, 50 analogs, 50. Right? So again, the best tool is the one that you use. I am not telling you in any way that I've gone through every AI presenting tool available. I just like Canva. I use Canva. It's a new feature they have. I know most people use it. That's why I brought it up. Are there better ones? Probably. Do I care? Nope. It's impossible to know all of them. So just keep that in mind. Is it the paid version of Canva? No, it is free. It is included in the regular version of Canva, but they will automatically put paid elements on the deck that you'll have to switch out if you want to use it, or unless you want the watermark, which obviously you do not.
Yeah, they have this like weird little like token system where you buy access to like little individual pieces of it at a time. I don't love it, but yeah.
Well, you can also get a premium account, and then you get an unlimited amount and all that stuff, but you don't need that. And then someone asked, like, is this like just basically templates on demand? Exactly, that's what it is. Just a really cool way to spark interest or ideas for you, so that you can start building out content more effectively, or like make nicer proposals. It's a pretty awesome tool. Just try it out. It's free and can't hurt to do. So that was tool number one, and I was really excited about it. Honestly, I thought it was really rad. The next one that I wanted to cover is Use Style. Okay, now this one is a paid tool. Okay, and you do have to book a demo for it to be utilized, but it is pretty amazing. Use Style, okay, is AI-driven SEO. Now, here's the thing: is AI-driven SEO and web design ever going to match an actual agency's capability of really effectively using AI? The answer is no, but it is certainly better than doing nothing. I believe it's $50 a month. You can actually use it for free. Siona is the one you want to use. Levi is like this concept of like an assistant. It's a little confusing to me, honestly, but Siona was pretty amazing. Basically what you can do, and I'm gonna put us on blast here so you can see this. If you search our website, prospectingondemand.com, it will do this Google ranking and tell you how bad we do. Not great, as you can see, we're so ashamed right now. I'm ashamed, but it tells us, right, like our search visibility, search web credibility, and code checks. Consider this, first of all, as two things you can utilize it as. Hopefully your brains are churning on, hey, I could use this for sales, right? If you are selling SEO, you go on an SEO call and you use this as leverage to show to the client that they're not doing a great job, right? Ultimately, it's a great sales tool, and you can use it for fulfillment as well. The tool is like $50, I think, a month. I have not tried the tool yet because I'm spending a lot of money on actual SEO from like a legitimate company, but it's really cool. Like, you can actually see what are things that you can optimize right away and how you could do it. It's incredible. I mean, it's really unbelievable how models like this work so fast. It's fascinating to me. So I just thought this was a really, really cool tool. I haven't seen any other ones like this. And so I just wanted to bust this out for you guys as well. In terms of how many URLs each account for the trial, I've only tried on the trial model, just POD as a website, but let's just see, for the sake of it, if we open up this document or this page again. And let's do, what is your website? Someone drop a website for me and I will do this one. Let's just go with the one that Rico sent me, right? So this is the one that Rico sent earlier, which is a different company. Let's see what their SEO is like. Take a look. Look at that. Hey, they're doing a really good job. 9 out of 10, right? And so that was a second one that was free. This is weird. I don't know what Dr. Phone is, but just in general, like it tells you competing
Probably the doctor's name.
How to optimize it. It's pretty awesome. I mean, if you go to next.
So again, I just to
cool.
keep everyone focused. If you aren't offering SEO as a service, this doesn't mean you flip flop and do that, right? If you are offering SEO as an agency owner, cool, great, use this. There are, regardless of if you are running ads for your clients or if you're doing SEO, there are different tools that will let you see who is already doing the thing. Like Alex just showed, you can use it to show them something they could be doing better. Really important note is when you are approaching them, whether that is through outreach and or phone calls, it should be both, to get in front of them, but like not shitting on what they're currently doing and making them feel bad about it, right? Like that's key. It's like, hey, I saw you guys are trying to do some stuff on building your online search rankings through SEO. Don't get too technical. I'm getting technical and paraphrasing, of course, but looks like you're doing some things really well. If you're open to it, I saw some things that might be really helpful. We actually serve roofers and have some spots open in the Dallas, Texas area. I thought I'd give you some feedback if you're open to it. Either way, have a good day. But that indifference is key. Don't make them feel like you have to, like they have to hear you out, right? And don't make them feel bad for like if they're doing a poor job. It's a really good way to, if they're already doing something, help them do it better, right? It's easier to get people to move money around they're already spending than to get them to spend money they aren't doing. So if you're running ads for someone, go after people who are already running ads. People who aren't paying money to run ads, they're likely not going to be willing to do that. Alex, you
yeah, I don't know why it's
back to earth.
happening. It's the second time that's happening. But I'll fix it. I'll fix it for next week. So yeah, that's Siona, just an SEO tool. I think it's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty interesting.
I like it.
We need to try it out ultimately, but like I said, we're spending a lot of money on legitimate SEO. Again, I don't think this would replace legitimate SEO, but it can't hurt to try in terms of increasing your search volume or your client search volume, and especially using it as a sales tool, which I thought is really, really cool. The next one that I wanted to talk about was called ChatDoc. This one is probably my personal favorite from the ones that I've put together today. It's insane, literally insane. I've never seen a tool like this before, and it really feels like this is the power of AI. It's nuts. I just got to show it to you guys. So crazy. The ChatDoc tool, and I'll open up the like the website so you guys can see what it looks like when you don't upload it. Basically what it does is it allows you to put in PDFs. Okay, you could upload PDFs that are 20 pages for free, literally for free. Upload PDFs, and then it will tell you, synthesize it, and you can use it in like a prompt format to synthesize information on really like weighty PDFs. It's incredible. So we have these playbooks in POD for like niche agencies, right? So first of all, it will tell you like what the abstract is, which is insane. I didn't write this. It just came up with it. So here's the thing, right? If you do, it gives you recommended questions based off of the PDF. You can also ask a question like, what's the, what do bankruptcy attorneys specialize in? That sounds very dumb. What do bankruptcy attorneys do? And then from the document, right, it's going to pull out pieces and give you the resources to where it was in case you have a very like weighty document. It's incredible. Honestly, it's incredible. Like, what's the best way to get an attorney on the phone? Let's see if that answers it. Best way to get an attorney on the phone is to follow some tips that are mentioned in the document. Firstly, is important to ask the attorney by their first name and introduce someone. It's just an incredible tool to see. And the coolest part of the ChatDoc tool, first of all, besides the PDFs being free, when you pay for Pro, if you want to, you can also do websites and any other type of file like Google Documents, websites, etc. I didn't pay for it because I'm super cheap, but I'm just kidding. But just in general, like look at all these things you can do. You can even do an EPUB, which is an entire book. Like if you have the EPUB of my book, you can do the entire book. DocX, I don't know what any of these ones mean, Markdown, OCR, never heard of those, but it's pretty amazing. And checking it out just as the sample is really, really cool. So it just shows you like some of the examples, like Aesop's Fables was one of the examples. So like, imagine this being in school, right? So you have Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. You're like, I don't want to read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. You upload Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and then ask, what was the protagonist's, reason for blah, blah, blah. It's incredible. I mean, this tool is mind blowing. I was fascinated about this. I was playing around with a bunch of the documents we have in POD because we have a ton of like PDFs about like how to execute like high level snapshots and stuff. And it was giving us different frameworks of how to do it. And I just thought it was so cool. So ChatDoc is the one that I wanted to share today. I just thought it was a pretty amazing tool.
Can you then share the chat bot it formulates from the PDF with someone else? Looks like it.
Yes, you can.
Okay, I
you
see the little share.
download all the
little,
information and the share button.
So the reason why I ask is because two use cases I see that are obvious for me at least is when you are scaling your own business and having an internal help doc system for your team and helping them. Like I was joking about the Airbnb stuff earlier, but seriously, do you have documentation of how a client success manager could deal with a client that wants to cancel, a client that's upset, a client that sends a red flag message, right? Like some of these things need to be, and if they are documented once, your team can have access to something where they can get help and not always need you to be on deck 24/7. Like, hey, how do I deal with an angry client that said this? And there's literally examples of how to do it already for them. That's helpful. And I would say for clients who struggle at converting opportunities as well, like that are struggle to answer objections or like let's say your clients say, hey, the leads suck. Hey, use this tool. And every time you run into an issue with a lead, if you have like written out how they can deal with that. Again, we need to be strategic partners with our clients, not just lead providers. If they're not closing deals, we need to understand why and help them get better at that. This could be something to help facilitate some of it.
100%. It's really cool. I mean, AI is amazing. Like what is available to us in this day and age, it's pretty awesome. We have 2 more tools for you today. And again, the biggest reminder is this is not comprehensive. These are just tools that you can utilize and use cases that you can implement to more effectively stay on the cutting edge. And you got to remember, especially for your clients, consider that your appetizer version, meaning like the little that you know about it, is a buffet to your avatar, a buffet. The reality is the majority of people have no idea about anything with AI. So any of the tools that are brought up is crazy. Think of it this way as it goes super meta with you, okay? How many of you on this call right now have ever heard of any of these tools? Any of them? You heard of any of them before? Heard of one? One? Okay, keep this in mind, right? The other ones that I just brought up to you, I know, let's just be realistic, 5%, 10% of its capabilities, but to you, unveiled, unbelievable, incredible, right? It's the same concept. Utilizing this, so like David Mears asked, like, would we, leverage this with our customers to engage with our docs? Sure. Getting them on the cutting edge of anything by showcasing any tool, even if you know this amount of insight on it, the perception value of that is immense. Oh my God, this camera's killing me today, guys. We're just gonna go with this. It's gonna be a little bit closer, but I don't care, is what it is. So it's amazing. The opportunity is incredible. It's really incredible to utilize all of this. We have 2 more tools for you before we wrap today. The one that I wanted to share is my favorite. And then Brian's going to share, I think he's going to share one.
I got it open whenever you want me to.
So I wanted to share this one that's personally my favorite, and it's Perplexity. Now, this one is basically just an analog of ChatGPT. So you're like, why would I use this instead of ChatGPT? The reason why is not because of the website, and I can't show it to you, obviously, because we don't have a way to stream it off my phone. The coolest part of this is that this is an actual app on your phone. And what you can do use it as a trigger on your phone. If you go to a website, you can ask it questions from the website. It's incredible. I don't really know how to like demo it for you because there's no way to do it with my phone.
What I've wondered
it's truly amazing.
With tools like this is the ones that can go out into the web, because I've done this for our prospecting trainings before, but like I've seen people do this in a way where it's like, hey, give me advice in the tone of a world-class sales coach, but like to go to a blog that's got tons of sales coach and articles. I know you have to take things with a grain of salt. There's multiple opinions, but like plugging that in, like, what if you could tell the bot, hey, go to the sales blog and read every article and come back to me with the X best tips. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can almost create your own repository of information from your favorite sites by just telling 100%. It to go.
And Brian, this is the part that's so cool to me, right? So I did a concept that I think is pretty weighty for most people, right? Like sin costan from trigonometry, pretty weighty concept for most people. So I wrote, explain to me the concept of sin costan in trigonometry as if I am a 5-year-old, right? And so what it's doing now is explaining what trigonometry is, what each of the 3 things are, and then breaking down examples. This did this in less than 5 seconds, but this is the coolest part that ChatGPT currently, at least my understanding, does not do. It showcases the sources that it pulled it from. And then you can click it and play it directly in here. And it says trigonometry explained for beginners. It's incredible. It's literally unbelievable what the tool can do. It's truly fascinating. And then you can ask any follow-ups. So it's like, I still don't understand sine. Give me another example, please. Then pops it up. Sure, here's another example. Blah, 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 blah. Here's a Reddit. Here's a visual explanation. Here's another video. It's just incredible, honestly. It's absolutely fascinating. And there's so much stuff you can learn from this. It becomes honestly a black hole. Like I was playing with this for quite some time the other week when we were prepping for this this session. The tool on your phone is unreal. It's literally incredible. I strongly recommend checking it out. I wish there was more like I can share, but the biggest thing that I thought was really cool about this tool that I don't believe ChatGPT does, and if it does, I apologize, but I don't believe it gives you the sources. I just find that to be fascinating. I find that to be so incredibly cool. And it's pulling information from WordPress, Tumblr, Reddit, Google, YouTube. It's amazing. It's literally incredible. So just wanted to share this one. I thought it was really cool. Perplexity is the tool. Why is it called Perplexity? I have no idea. I have no clue. I was trying to figure that one out. Maybe we do this.
You are
Try
perplexed.
something. Let's try something. Why is this tool called Perplexity? Let's see what happens.
You
Perplexity is
tricked it.
how well probability. This is crazy. I didn't even know that it's a word. I didn't even know that's a word. I find it hilarious.
You didn't know
by the way,
perplexity was a word? You have like
I've never heard of that word.
You got so many good words that I don't know.
I find it hilarious that one of their
I got
sources
one up on
is
you.
Wikipedia. That's my favorite. I like that.
I like how you tricked it. That was, or you now see, now AI is gonna be pissed at you, man. Now you screwed yourself.
And then, oh, I forgot this part. It also gives you recommended questions afterwards to follow up with, which is, look at this, related.
Yeah.
Incredible.
All right, to that 3rd paragraph, please.
3rd paragraph. This?
I did.
Incredible. Incredible.
I did answer.
Such an amazing tool. I really like it a lot. It's free completely. You can upgrade it to be ChatGPT 4 boosted. There's also like Copilot, which I was trying to understand, but it was very complex to me. This tool, it's just like a uniquely, I can't really explain it. You got to just try it. It's pretty cool. It's such a rad tool. I really love it. And I wanted to show it to all of you. In terms of use cases, it's for ideas, for questions, weighty concepts, and finding out information. I love messing with Perplexity on sales concepts. So what I'll do is I'll put in ideas that I have about sales that I love coaching, and then it will bust out for me like 10 other ideas that I can then leverage for my sales coaching and like come up with new things. I love doing that. I love it. It's so much fun. It's a really good time for me. I also use Perplexity to find out, guess what? Yeah, other AI tools that I can use for this training. So I just thought it was just amazing. I loved it. The last one Brian's got is stock image. I just want to frame up this as Brian pulls it up. There is like 1,000 image creators. DALL-E 3 and Midjourney are probably
they're usually bad. So I'm very excited to see what happens.
I'm not sitting here in any way saying that stock image is the best one. It's just one that I saw that was pretty cool and unique. DALL-E 3 is probably the best one. Midjourney is up there as well. But I just wanted to show you a different one for the sake of it. So Brian, if you create a new project, we can just,
sure, let's see. I'm going to try and trick it. So my background, I'm going to go full screen, is picture of me and my wife back at one of the POD events. So let's see if it can recreate that wallpaper. Let's see what it's got here.
How in the world are you do that? Create new project?
We're going to find out.
Whoa.
Type a detailed prompt. I don't know. Let's find out. Tall dude with black hair standing with his wife on a lake, wife on a dock at a lake in Florida. Let's see how badly I piss it off.
I'm interested to see how fast it goes too. I was playing with this for a little while. I ran out of credits, which is why Brian's doing the demo. I was playing with it for a little while. Whoa.
Weird.
Look how tall that dude is though. Can you zoom in, Brian?
It got, I'm gonna try to make this bigger. Sorry.
Wow,
Creepy.
that is so insane.
It's better than I thought. So remember
Look
when
at
we
you
tried
guys,
to do the
this is
one-to-many
crazy.
concept? Show the difference between selling one-to-one versus one-to-many. This like
I
confused
don't think
the
it's gonna
crap
work,
out of
Brian.
me.
You don't have any credits left. It's not gonna
No
work.
credits. You got one whole credit.
They're not
Well,
gonna
that's
let
stupid.
you.
I'm not going to
They're
pay
not
for it. That's creepy though. It got the background pretty damn close. I'm sure if I gave more details, it would
It's
work better.
very good. That was
That
wild.
guy didn't wear very flattering clothes. They're kind of drapey. I wouldn't dress. I'm just kidding.
You should have said super
Creepy.
tall and very jacked guy. That would
I was trying to not be sarcastic
hyper
and facetious.
muscular, very large.
There we go.
So
Alex,
good.
I gotta give
Basically
y'all
Superman.
some props when y'all had I think Jose Soto, and
Yeah.
he was doing his multiple Michael technique. He was using the ChatGPT plugin scraper, and so that sent me down a rabbit hole to some of the comments I've been making there in the chat. But
Nice. Yeah, I think
that was all
bonus
y'all.
tool,
That was all y'all. So I highly encourage everybody to go back and watch that in the vault, the one with Jose Soto.
nice.
Love
Yeah,
it.
that was a great episode. I will add to the bonus one I talked about at the front end of this and kind of bring this home today. And that is, it is ChatGPT, but more specifically, an extension inside of Google Docs and Google Sheets where it integrates ChatGPT with Google Docs or Google Sheets. Why is this valuable? If any of you have seen my AI training, what you can do is when you have downloaded a list of leads and you have the business websites, before you go send out your emails, you can actually have ChatGPT go scrape those websites and then pull out a custom one-liner that you can personalize and plug into your emails. So in mass, you can personalize outreach with this extension in ChatGPT. There's a training in the vault as well, AI prospecting machine. I've gone deep on that a couple times on this and on Extendly's calls and other places. So go check that out. I think you just type in AI in the Facebook group and you'll find it. That'd be my favorite though, for sure, because of what you can do with your prospecting and get better results. So that's what we got for you guys today. Anything else, Alex?
Guys, no, it was fun. I will say just a quick like little side note as we're working on the like being transparent on the back end of this. You know, I'm certainly no AI expert. I'm not. And there's a lot of other tools that I want to share, and we're working with a company that's pretty well known in the space to do a training with them probably in a few weeks, which is why I didn't do it. Some of you might be like, isn't there an obvious one that you're leaving out? Which there is an obvious one we're leaving out, but we'll bring it to you guys in a few weeks when we do the training with them. But the thing that was crazy to me is I worked on this. We plan our content a month in advance. That's how we ensure that we provide really good quality. And next week we're doing sales, which I'm really excited about. Just going to come in and do some like objection handling with all y'all and help you out, which I love doing. So I can't wait. But the crazy thing was, you know, I put the 5 together at the beginning of October. And then because I started like doing a lot of research on X with Twitter about AI, I just started getting so much more AI stuff. I saved like another 20 different tools since then about them. And it's just a reminder of like, just stay the course, right? If you go on a black hole of a million different AI tools, you're never going to use any of them. So like, just try to use one of the ones that we shared today, or just try to find the one that works best for you. Brian and I don't care. We don't get any affiliate for any of these, but it was just a fun experiment and a fun time to share this with y'all.
And I will give some tough love advice for anyone who needs to hear it. What most people need is more sales calls. You need more at bats to try and sell the thing you're trying to sell. Everything else is a distraction. Stop playing with, you know, the thing you've heard us always say, like the website, your logo, design, cool, you get that, but there's more nuance, the tech stuff, the AI tools, all these other pieces. Most of you here just need to go book more sales calls consistently. Do yourself a favor, create routines, time block around revenue generating activities, you will thank me. If you get more calls booked, if you go from 1 to 2 sales calls a week from referrals to 10 to 20 sales calls a week from an inbound and outbound source, your life and your business will change. So don't get distracted with all the shiny objects out there. Focus on 1 or 2 things that get you calls booked and go make that happen. I'm feeling very passionate about this. There's a lot of clients getting stuck with this lately, and I'm pushing them that way. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate you.
All righty, fam. Thank you so much for joining us. We are here every single Thursday, 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We do it every week. We'll see you next week. Sales coaching. You can get us on our replay vault, which I dropped in the chat for you. And if there's anything else you need, always reach out to Brian or I in Slack. We love you guys. Well, you're not Slack. That's for clients.
Facebook.
Facebook. You get the point. You get it. You get it. Okay. All right, y'all. We'll see you later.
Thanks, guys.